Okay, guys. There we go. We have, let me see, how can okay. Let me make sure you can still hear on here. Can we still hear? Let me make sure you can still hear on here. I think we can still hear. Can we still hear? Let me make sure you can still hear on here. I think we can. We can still hear. Okay. So we're gonna go back over here. Hola, y'all. It's late. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, world. Happy Thanksgiving to you. It's actually technically 1 in the morning in the Midwest, 2 in the morning, almost 3 in the morning on the East Coast, and almost 1 in the morning on the West Coast. Nonetheless, it's 1:47 in the morning. And we're gonna record a podcast episode live because we are reconnected and it feels so good. Reunited just like you knew you should. We're doing an episode about reconnecting. Excuse the singing, just bringing this on in. But I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. Let us know how you spent your holiday. Some people don't celebrate, some people do celebrate. Whatever you do, being thankful today, tomorrow, every day, we have a reason to be grateful. We should be grateful all day, every day. So today I spent time with my family, which I have family all over the world. I have amazing friends all over the world as well too. And so unfortunately you can't spend the holiday with every single person. You got to decide what side of the world are you going to be on? Where are you going for the holiday? So I hope you were able to spend it with someone you love. And even if it wasn't with someone you love, I hope you had fun with you. Because you should be someone that you love too. You should be loving on you. So in this episode, one, we're going to be focusing on reconnection. Speaking of reconnection, we're back on the podcast. There were some technical issues where we got booted and locked out of our own podcast. But the Lit Legacy TV podcast is back and we also are reconnected. So we want to send up a hallelujah for that. Praise God for that. And praise God for consistency and persistence, being persistent and getting back in. Hallelujah. Okay, we had to push through to get back in. And honestly, when I recently had a hospital scare or a hospital moment, I was in the hospital for almost over a month. And while I was in there, I realized it's important to keep telling our stories and using our voices. And I said, you know what? Almost losing your life, you know what it reminded me? Almost losing my life, you know what it reminded me? That it's important to use our voice and use the gifts that God gave us while we are yet living. We don't have time to waste, okay? So in this episode, we're going to be introducing, the focus of the episode is going to be storytelling and healing. And we're going to be using a Thanksgiving and talking about Thanksgiving and how being grateful and being intentional about reconnecting is important. It can be difficult, just like the healing and reconnection process. When I was in the hospital, over a month in the hospital, can you imagine? Everything is going well, and then all of a sudden you're in the hospital and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with you and what's going on. And you got to ring a bell to go to the bathroom, like you just lose your freedom. And they're like, we don't want you just getting up on your own. And we don't want you just moving, because we're trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And we don't want you having visitors right now because we're trying to figure out what's wrong with you until we know you shouldn't have people around you. So that means you're pretty much isolated by yourself, except for the strange doctors and nurses and people that keeps coming in and out of your room and talking to you. And then you need to focus on healing and reconnecting. Can you heal and reconnect No one around you that you love, just you, the hospital, the room, the same room. Oh, yeah. And sometimes physical healing, we want it to hurry up and put it in the microwave and hurry up, get straight to it. Put it in the microwave. Hurry up, get it hot. Let's get out of here. But sometimes it's like, no, go ahead and preheat the oven. This is, preheat it. It's going to be a long one. This is going to take some time. There is literally power in reconnection. Um, I've heard the analogy many times. When your phone battery is low, you got to plug it into the source to get reconnected. You got to plug it into the source to get reconnected. What is the source? What is the source? What is our number one thing? Our source is our heavenly power, God, who we believe in, our power from above. We got to plug into the source. So we have to take these relationships, these situations, even though it's not always super perfect, even after we make effort. Have you ever made some effort and it fell flat and you're like, hey, I came with effort, and it still wasn't working right. So our source is God. These earphones is giving me some earphone issues. Our source is God. And God gives us the power to reconnect. And today I was just realizing that, I'm number 10 of 12 siblings and being around pretty much almost all of my siblings except 2, I believe. Yeah, I think it was just except 2. And shouts out to my family and every family. So it's really powerful in sharing stories to help bridge the gaps. One thing I know for sure, you can ask one family member, maybe that's on the older, or I wouldn't say older, on the wiser side, they have more years, and you may ask one family member a story, then you ask somebody from the younger generation the same story or same perspective of what happened. You might get 2 different versions because we all have our own perspectives of things. You see how it keep popping out of my ear? Beats my dry. I think I'm gonna leave it out. We're just gonna go with the 1. And it popped out too. So depending on who you're talking to, you get 2 different answers. You get 2 different experiences. But when sharing our story, sometimes it's good to say, what was your experience of that when that happened to you? What was your experience of this certain situation? What was your experience? I was asking myself, what was your experience of what I used to tutor you as kids? Our mom would make us go over our homework. What was your experience of that? How was that for you? Well, 1, it helps me learn more about me, but also 2, sometimes you never thought of that other person's perspective. But hearing each other's stories over stuff, whether it's just lighthearted or whether it's deep, it can really bridge the gaps, because sometimes you realize, listen to the story, what? You thought that? Oh my goodness, no, that wasn't what happened. Or no, that's not what I perceived to happen. But storytelling, not only does it preserve our legacies, it also helps us heal our wounds. Preserving our legacies and healing our wounds. Somebody touch your neighbor and said, that's the power of storytelling. That's the power of storytelling. Don't get me on. Also, it helps us sell things. It helps us get to know each other. It helps us connect with our customers, with our target audience. It helps us get grants. I mean, I can go on and on about the power of storytelling. But we're talking about in relation to family, in relation to Thanksgiving. Even the fact of sending a happy Thanksgiving or happy holiday or happy whatever to a customer that you know might celebrate or not celebrate a certain holiday. How about that? How about that? That's a way of connecting. And telling our story, it not only preserves our legacy, but it also helps pass on our history. So we won't have to be repeating the same cycles over and over again. Have you ever done something and then somebody goes, oh yeah, your mom used to do that too. Your dad used to do that too. Your cousin did that too before. So just simply telling our stories helps us not repeat the same things. Learn from our journey. Lessons from healing. When it came to my hospital journey, like talk about patience, calmness, and the hope that it took to just like physically heal, especially when they say, we don't even know what's wrong with you. My body was shutting down, and I ended up having a pneumonia. I started as strep throat, and it turned into pneumonia, and because it got so strong, it actually started impacting going into my bloodstream. So my body had literally started shutting down. And doctors told me, hey, if you hadn't came and got help when you did, there's a possibility your kidneys could have shut down. Mm, mm. So I was literally about to take a bath, and that's when I didn't have the strength to pick myself up anymore. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't get in the tub. I'm feeling so weak. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And long story short, I was around other family, but they were in the basement watching a movie, so they didn't hear me on the second floor in the bathroom, about to fall out, actually falling out. So then I had to do what I used to do a long time ago. Many of y'all know I used to be a 911 operator, and I know that if you need help getting up, you can simply just dial 911. And 911, the fire department, most cities, at least the cities I work for, most cities, the fire department will come out and help you get up. And they don't necessarily have to transport you to the hospital, but they won't even charge you just to help you get up. I don't think they charge. I don't know. They might send you a bill. Let me, before I even say that, I don't know. But they used to not charge for it, but it could be different now. So I was like, let me get help getting up. And the firefighter, he was so kind. It was like two of them. Well, I mean, it was like more than two that ended up coming, but the two that talked to me the longest was really telling me how important it was for me to go to the hospital. And there was a part of me that really didn't want to go. Like, what? You falling out and you don't want to go? I'm drinking a little hot tea. I didn't want to go. I just didn't want to do it. So I ended up going. I had to end up calling back, and I ended up going. And when I got there, I was just thinking, okay, I'm probably going to be here real quick. They're going to give me some medicine. I'm going home. No, the nurse ended up telling me, you're probably going to be here for a little while. Your white blood count cells are pretty high. And I was telling her, well, I was trying to take a bath. Is there a way I could take a bubble bath or bath before? It's like, no, we actually need to figure out what's wrong with you before you take a bath. Priorities here, okay? Let's figure out what's wrong with you. And just speaking about reconnecting, sometimes like we want to get to the like sweet part, the bubble bath part, like get straight to back to what we had. But sometimes reconnection is about developing something new. It might not be something you've ever experienced before. And I've never experienced just like being in the hospital and not knowing exactly what is wrong. I really didn't know. I don't know. But the calm approach is something that I did definitely learn from 911. You always tell people, hey, calm down, whether they listen to you or not. They say calm down, but when the calmer you are, the more rational you tend to be. The easier it is for the person to understand you, and it typically helps you get that clarity to say what exactly you need to communicate. And so that's the same thing is when we're trying to reconnect with people. You're trying to reconnect with somebody and you're like, dang, okay, let me remain calm. Because sometimes you try to reconnect, you go back into it, and y'all get right into an argument. Because no, but you did this, but you did that. But we have to take the approach with a calm heart, ready to listen. Like I'm holding this earplug in my ear, ready to listen. Okay, I'm going to calmly approach this reconnection that I'm trying to do. I'm going to calmly approach this healing journey that I'm on. I'm going to calmly approach my life that I'm living. I'm going to calmly approach this business that I'm building. Let me calmly approach this relationship that I'm mending. Let me calmly approach this case. Let me calmly approach this process so that I can be clear. And let me have a calm heart ready to listen. So also I can assess the situation clearly. Then we're going to put some hope in that thing. Some hope in that thing, like being in the hospital. Just the color of those hospital gowns alone will make you lose hope. We need to come up with that. Can we get some fashionable hospital gowns? I think it would really help the way people felt. Seriously. Seriously. Those gowns. Okay. But hope in life, when I went to the rehab facility, I did get to wear my own clothing when I was rehabilitating my body to get back to moving like I did before I got sick. And hope is believing that healing and forgiveness is possible, and reconnection is possible. New relationships is possible. Sometimes we have to say, but it's not the same. I talked to her, but it wasn't the same. Sometimes it got to warm up. It got to marinate. It might not never be the same. Can we grieve that? And can we get ready to embrace the new? I know this might not be the same relationship. I know things might not be the same after I go through this healing journey. Then that patience to say, you know what, I understand that rebuilding takes trust. It takes time. It takes intentional effort. It takes time. It takes intentional effort. So what can I do intentionally right now? How about let me let this person know I miss them. I miss them. I love them. I appreciate them. I'm sorry if I offended them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm open to hear how I may have offended them, even though if I might not see it right now. I'm open to tell them how they offended me, if they would like to hear it. I'm open. I hope I'm not smacking in your ear. Understand that it really does take time. And that's how it was healing in the hospital. It's like, okay, guys, I got like events to be at. Like I got some things on my schedule. I need to be, I got a plane I need to catch. I got somewhere I need to be. And they're like, no, we got to give your body time to heal. We don't recommend you traveling right now. Say word. I'm going to have to cancel with major clients that I have already a contract with. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. Patience and trusting God that He'll provide. That He'll provide. That He will provide. That where He guides, He provides. Even if He guides you into a hospital at the time, if He guides you to go reconnect with somebody who you haven't connected with, and you're like, God, why? The patience to understand those things. Even if it's trying to get back into your own podcast. Patience to say, Man, before you recreate a whole nother one, let's come at it one more time. See if we can get reconnected on what we have already built. Okay. Speaking of building, subscribe, share, all the good stuff, right? Um, this holiday season is really an opportunity. Not only this holiday season, but every holiday season, really every day is an opportunity for us to reconnect. Sometimes it takes us reconnecting with ourselves first. We did the healing retreat, and the materials that they gave us was a relationship inventory sheet. And a part of that relationship inventory is asking yourself, am I doing what God would desire for me to do in this relationship? When does God desire me to be in this relationship? And am I serving the relationship as I should be? Am I being purposeful in my actions? Am I being honest about what I need in this relationship? Am I asking for what I need? Am I making it known? Holla if you hear me. Am I making it known? I know it's 2 a.m, but holla, 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 holla. Am I making it known what I need in this relationship? What I desire in this relationship? Have I made my expectations clear? You can't sign a contract with someone and not allow them to read the contract and also put in what their expectations of it is. Do I have unreasonable expectations for this relationship? Oh, have I shared my story? Do they understand who I am, what I need? So in this holiday season, I want to encourage you again to keep reconnecting, really reconnecting with yourself. I wrote a brief article called Me Search, and I was recently reading it because I'm going to share it with you guys. And so I was rereading it, and in the midst of talking about the grief, I realized when I went to grief counseling, I really thought it was going to be about my mom passing, my dad passing. I really thought it was just really going to be about that, the people I lost. But in that grief discovery, what I realized is every week, when I would talk about someone else, how we would end up bringing it back to me, how that relates to me. So, like, even though my mom passed, or even though this happened, I still love and accept myself. It's the statement that we would say often at the end of counseling. It's like, even though this happened, even though that happened, I still love and accept myself. Even though they are treating me like this, even though this person is treating me like this, I still love and accept myself. Even though social media ain't responding like it's supposed to, even though business is not like it's supposed to, even though this is going on, I still love and accept myself. And then I start realizing the pattern. Hold on. No matter what we say about what's going on out there, it's all about what's going on in here. It's about me reconnecting with me. Well, I can't control what they're doing. I can only control me. You can't control what they're doing. You can only control you. I can control the hospital process. I can only control me and how I was handling it and what emotions I was bringing every day and what I allowed myself to listen to and what I didn't listen to. And it was so important to have those positive messages going in. I would always, if I am going to listen to something, let me let it be positive. So the doctors and nurses start talking to me about, what is that you're listening to? What is you're listening to? Oh, you're listening to gospel music today. Oh, you listen to this. Yeah, I'm always listening to something that's feeding my spirit and aiding my healing. It was very cutesy. Okay. It was very mindful. Okay. It was very mindful. It was intentional. I'm already in the situation. Let me aid myself, not thinking about how it's not going to help, not thinking about what's going to go wrong, not thinking about them not figuring it out. Resting in knowing that God has it all. Share. I want you to share your stories. Share your stories. I love helping clients share their story. And one of the things that happens when sharing your story is sometimes you can get some trepidation of, well, what part of my story should I share? What part? Well, how do I even tell it in a clear, concise format that can help somebody move forward in their life? What all did I learn from my journey? Doing that me search, doing that even journaling, doing that reflecting, or even getting a coach like someone like myself to ask you questions that help provoke the thoughts of what parts of your story you might be needing to share. Not only is it powerful for your listener, it's powerful and life changing for you. It was powerful and life changing for myself. It made me realizing how being calm is a superpower. How learning to calm down 911 callers and question them real quick to find out what their emergency is the same concept of how you are questioning your clients and your customers and whoever you're marketing for and helping them get clear and get down to the nitty-gritty of, okay, this is what I need. Oh, okay, you need an ambulance. Oh, no, you need the fire department. Oh, no, you just need a marketing plan. Oh, no, you just need a consultation. Oh, no, you just need some content. No, you just need to tell your story. No, you just need to apologize. No, I'm sorry. You just need to move forward with your life. You need to stop seeking validation. You need to love and accept you fully so you will not need to be validated by others or by your job title or by what you own or by what you wear or by your good looks or lack thereof or however. So we just want to encourage you to tell your story, whether it's your personal journey or whether it's your business story. Storytelling is a powerful way to market your brand, your business, and it's also a powerful way to bless your life, to document your legacy, and to just live lit. Lit simply means to love intentionally today. And there's nothing better than fully loving you and accepting you, not walking in shame, not walking in blame, but accepting, I did go through this. I went through this situation. I was in the hospital. I did have this happen to me, but I have a testimony. I survived that. I'm thriving. I'm getting on the other side of that. I'm catching up on what I missed. I am reconnecting with those who I have disconnected from. I'm evaluating my relationships. I'm disconnecting if it's not valuable to me. Hey, not every connection deserves a reconnection. Holla if you hear me. Not every disconnection deserves a reconnection. Okay. Sometimes that disconnect needs to stay permanent. Okay. Sometimes we got to stay in the disconnection. Okay. Not every connection deserves a reconnection. Okay. But those that do, know it might be uncomfortable for a moment. It might be uncomfortable for a moment. That's the part. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to reconnect. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's like, man, I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to give up. It's not happening as fast as I wanted it to. And that's how I felt being in the hospital that long. Like, what? Not, what? You might be here for a minute. What? For a minute. Okay, guys. We are doing a Black Friday special. If you stay to the end, I appreciate you. Share this live with someone you know that needs to hear this message. But we're doing 50% off on our storytelling and content creation consultations just for you. We love helping our clients tell their stories, whether they're doing it for their business, whether they're doing it for their brand, or because they want to write a book. Okay, book it. All right. You can redeem it by simply going to email us at litlegacytv@gmail.com. litlegacytv@gmail.com. We are updating our website and it didn't get all done in time. So guess what? We still gonna reconnect with y'all and give you a Black Friday special. I mean, we still going to keep moving forward. Email us at litlegacytv@gmail.com. And you can make your payments. And while the website is down, you can do it through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. And the Cash App is $LitLegacyTV. The Venmo is at litlegacytv. The PayPal is litlegacytv@gmail.com. And the Zelle is a little different. It's litlegacyofficial@gmail.com. Litlegacyofficial@gmail.com. Check the captions for correct spellings and just simply let us know. Book your date for your consultation. You'll be getting 50% off. In closing, let's thank you first of all for joining us on the live. I saw some of you guys joining, but I'm not sure why it wasn't showing me who I was joining. We appreciate you joining and we encourage you. We appreciate you joining, and we encourage you to take the first step towards reconnecting. Sometimes that first step is saying, I want to reconnect. I desire to reconnect. I want to connect. If you've never even connected in the first place, I want to connect. I want to connect. I value the relationship with you, and I want to have a relationship with you. I value the relationship with myself, and I want to have a better relationship with myself. I want to be able to speak positivity to myself. I want to be able to fully love and accept myself and fully love and accept others. The more you fully love and accept you for who you are, flaws and all, imperfect things and all, very demure, very mindful, very cute. Okay. And speaking of, let's even look up I'm going to insert the definitions of those words because those all don't apply to what I just said. But it is a social media viral saying, so that's what I'm saying. But not all of those definitions apply. But I hope you know I'm speaking to you from my heart. And I wanted to be vulnerable with you about my experience. And I'm going to be sharing even more about my experience. I have some amazing guests that's going to be coming on to share their stories and share about their amazing brands and businesses. And I want you to think and reflect on who is someone you've been meaning to reconnect with. Who is someone you've been meaning to reconnect with? What story do you want to share also to preserve your legacy? What story do you want to share to preserve your legacy? I'm going to share a story. I have actually a little mini docu-series that I'm going to put out because I was thinking, being in the hospital that long, you have time to think, and then someone just randomly will walk in up on you, like that's a part. Vulnerability, I mean, your privacy is just kind of gone, okay? I woke up, just waking up like, how long have you been standing in here? Like, who are these people? But it makes you think, have I told everybody everything I need to say? Have I done everything I need to do? There's more to do. Let me go and get up out of here, get well, and finish what I've been assigned to do, what I've been called to do, what my purpose is. And a part of that is sharing your story. That's giving the gift back. Thanksgiving and giving back. Thanksgiving and giving back. We were talking about that today, my sister and I, about how sometimes we can be great givers, but bad at receiving. And I talked about one time I had just moved into my apartment and my mom was helping me move in. This was my first apartment by myself, and I had got me a little queen size bed and everything. And my mom went in there and made up my bed. I was so mad. I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to make up my own bed. I'm like, seriously, not like I just didn't move everything that I was just tired. She was trying to help me out. I was so annoyed about receiving help. Why? I do not know. Why? Because I like to do things my way. But guess what? The way she made up that bed was just fine. Guess what? By the time it was time for me to go to sleep, I was glad she had made up that bed. I was tired from moving. But I had threw a fit about it. See, those are the kind of things. Sometimes reconnecting will make you look back and say, Oh man, that was me. Why did I get mad about that? Why do I not know how to receive love? My mom would give me a compliment when she picked me up from school. You got such pretty legs. Girl, look at your legs. I was in middle school, I was developing. And she used to say, you got such pretty legs. I would get mad at her for that. I didn't know how to receive a compliment. Reconnecting with myself helped me see those things in myself. Girl, you need to know how to receive love, i.e., be lit, love intentionally today. Not only love intentionally today, but receive love intentionally today too. Intentionally let people love on you. Can I take your bag? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. Can I help you build that? Yes. Okay. Can I make that for you? Sure. Why not? I appreciate you. Can I compliment you? Can I serve you in any way? Can I give you any resources? When people are asking, don't be afraid to receive the help. I know not all help is good help, but receive the help. Okay? Thanks for chatting with me over this Thanksgiving evening. In the middle of the night, it's 2 a.m. Let's get some rest. Share this episode out. Don't forget, we have the Black Friday offer to help you share your story. This is an opportunity for you, the listeners, to share your own stories and reconnect through storytelling. Hey, are you already organized and ready to share your story? Be on the podcast. Email us at litlegacytv@gmail.com. litlegacytv@gmail.com. Okay? I hope this was a powerful mix of inspiration, practical advice, and an opportunity for you to connect with your own story. What part of your story would you be sharing? What part of your story does the world need? Because guess what? Every story is different. Every story is powerful. Every story has the power to change your life, to break something in you, okay? To break something. And you know what? Some people say, oh, what story should I tell? Let me tell you, if you want to get really powerful, tell that story that you thought you would never tell anybody in your life. That's the one that's going to really change your life. Tell the one that you feel the most shame around, okay? Get that thing out of there so you can get rid of all that shame, rid of all that guilt, rid of all those negative emotions that probably don't even belong to you and that the enemy uses to hold us back and to keep us in places of fear, keep us in places of not feeling worthy, keep us in places that we don't belong in. So move that story from the place of a victim to the place of a thriver. A thriver is able to stand up and say, this is my story. This is me. Period. Point blank, period. This is me. That's me. And I before you can think you're gonna have a power to shame me, let me tell you, I can tell you what happened. Let me tell you, okay? Let me give you the real tea. Let me give you the reporting live from my own life, okay? I hope you enjoyed this episode. We are reconnecting. We are back, and we want you to be reconnecting and telling your story and sharing your story. Email us. We look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to loving intentionally today, because that's lit. That's a lit legacy right there. That is lit. God is love. So therefore, you are love. I am love. We are love. Be blessed.